Welcome back to the Winning Edge Talks podcast. This is Vishwanath, your host. I'm a sports psychology coach and mental performance analyst. I'm the author of the book Success Mantra in Sports. The topic of this episode is Self-Doubt, the Tormentor. It all began with Mahendra Singh Dhoni and later Virat Kohli to piece together a cricket side that would be a formidable force in the world. India had a fantastic inaugural World Test Series in which they beat Australia on their home soil and went on to reach the finals. India undeniably has been dominant in all forms of cricket these days. The Indian cricket team looks invincible, especially in the bowling front, where they have found a new sense of belief that they can bowl out any side twice, even on away series. A distinction that was difficult to fathom in the past. The present Indian cricket team has been relentless in their efforts in having a go at the opposition. The way they tamed the English Lions in their own den to gain a 2-1 lead in the unfinished Test series speaks volumes of the might of this team led by the mercurial Virat Kohli. Former Indian batsman VVS Lakshman, writing for the September 10th edition of the Times of India, described the side as a team bursting with self-belief. Self-belief is a commodity that's very important for everyone to progress and prosper in life, especially so for sports persons. Athletes strive very hard to sustain self-belief throughout their career. Come, let's look at what self-belief is and how its presence or absence affects an athlete. Most people, before writing an exam or taking part in a career-defining event, are tormented by mental demons like anxiety, nervousness, lack of belief, and hope. And this can be largely due to their fear of failure and self-doubt. If you are one of those who have gone through lack of belief at any time, do not curse yourself because you are not the only one out there. I'm sure that you will accept that most people experience some amount of self-doubt and nervousness before an event, and the success of their efforts depend on how well they are able to overcome self-doubt. Many great performers have expressed that they do get self-doubt and nervousness even after years of experience on the big stage. But they have been in these situations before and know what it takes to keep these demons at bay. Self-doubt is an indecisive state of mind. And in sports, most setbacks and disappointments are caused by self-doubt. In other words, self-doubt is the opposition to self-confidence. Lolly Daskal, a motivational speaker, writes, "The worst enemy of our humanity is our self-doubt." Susie Casson, an American writer, director, poet and philosopher, says, "Doubt kills more dreams than failures ever will." Usually, athletes who are bothered by self-doubt lose their focus, intrinsic motivation, confidence, and momentum, resulting in unsatisfactory performance. As a result of all this, the player indulges in self-pity and blame. The vicious cycle continues and the confidence and mental well-being of the person deteriorates further. The athlete looks like a novice at this stage. And it is obvious that even an iota of doubt can lead to unsatisfactory performance. More often, parents, coaches, teachers, and other well-wishers encourage the athletes by saying believe in yourself, but self-belief cannot be had on demand. I can say with conviction that it is not possible for you to command your self-belief to appear from nowhere and perform for you unless you have it within you. Not to call it an inborn quality, but something that is developed and nurtured and built over a period of time. So, the important thing is to know the root cause of self-doubt and take action by increased self-awareness. By doing so, instead of being self-conscious, one can take the awareness to the all-powerful subconscious, which has an answer to all our problems. The terms self-confidence, self-belief, self-esteem, and self-image are used interchangeably in different contexts, though they are not exactly one and the same. Self-confidence is the belief that you can perform a particular task successfully. It is dynamic and it varies from task to task. The confidence you have in one task may not be the same for the other tasks. Whereas self-belief is the overall confidence you have upon as a whole person, and this is dependent on your self-image, which is nothing but self-esteem. That is what you think of yourself and your abilities and your chances of performing something successfully. Our self-image is more or less governed by what we feel about ourselves, the person we see in the mirror, and what others thought and said about us since our childhood. In any case, if the athletes are lacking in self-belief at any time, they can work their way back to good times. But there are many instances where athletes, in spite of being talented and skilled, don't do justice to their potential and end up as the second best. More often than not, these are cases of lack of self-image or lack of self-belief, whatever you call it, that is deep-rooted and built over years. In this case, as I said, it is not easy to demand self-belief instantly. The "I don't deserve" feeling is so dominant that it is difficult to be the best in the business. I read a quote long time ago that read, "You can never outperform your own self-image. You are as good as the image you hold in your mind." If this is real, then you have to do some rework on your self-image or self-esteem. In contrast, if you continue to believe in every cell of yours with a "I can do it" feeling on a consistent basis, then you can hope to attain the best. This kind of belief is well supported by Amy Mullins, a Paralympic athlete, actress, and fashion model, for whom both legs were amputated when she was 1 year old due to fibular hemimelia. Amy Mullins says, "Belief in oneself is incredibly infectious. It generates momentum, the collective form of which far outweighs any kind of self-doubt that may creep in." She is a perfect example of one who had to overcome tragedy at an early age to achieve what she did, showing immense self-belief. Muhammad Ali was perhaps the greatest boxer of all times. He maintained his supreme self-belief by saying, "I am the best," over and over and over and over and again. That's what he became ultimately. Tiger Woods, Vivian Richards, Virendra Sehwag, Anil Kumble, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, and now Virat Kohli are some of the people who have possessed tremendous self-belief. How can you help an athlete deal with self-doubt and lack of self-belief? you can help him or her too. Develop awareness about the reasons behind their doubts and fears. Express real feelings openly and honestly. For the sake of confidentiality, he or she may be made to do so before a therapist or a counselor. Work on their self-image and self-esteem. Seek therapy sessions with positive psychology to go with. And it's important to feel good from inside. When the voice of self-doubt is heard, he or she must replace the same with positive self-talk. Change their inner self-talk by replacing the negatives with I can, I will, it's easy, it is possible, I am good, I have the ability, I deserve the best, I am a champion, etc. When they find their own inner voice and other voices criticizing them, they need to nullify them with self-praise. When there is doubt over execution of a skill or technique, one should imagine carrying out an easy and confident skill successfully. This can fool the conscious mind to clear the self-practice sessions. They have to perform tasks that's easy and confident for them. Then work hard to overcome their weaknesses and sharpen their skills. Help them to remember their best performance and identify the reasons for their past successes. Reduce high expectations and unrealistic goals as they can give them self-doubt. Instead, they have to chunk the activity and the goals into achievable ones. This will lessen the burden of self-doubt. They should not compare themselves with others, their records and their achievements. This will make them doubt on their abilities and prospects. They need to maintain a journal from time to time and make a note of their strengths, good performances, successes, improvements and achievements upon them. When they hear the voice of doubt, they need to make sure to read these positive remarks from the journal. This will reduce their doubt and increase their hope and optimism. They need to affirm and rehearse as many times in a day on the positive statements and actions they have devised to erase self-doubt. They need to think more of their abilities, the possibilities, and the good performances of the past. They need to visualize often, believing, giving out a better performance and winning every time. They need to work on their mental toughness and be open to bouncing back, staging a comeback. Dear athletes, erase your self-doubts, rewrite your self-belief. I wish you all the best. This is Vishwanath signing off for Winning at Stocks podcast.